Hello everyone and welcome to Talking Over Tea. Today we have another book haul for you. Earlier this month it was my birthday, so I decided to treat myself to buying quite a few new books, and Amelia kind of did it as well. So we wanted to show you all the new things that we got. So the first thing that I bought is actually a pre-order. I don't remember when I pre-ordered this, but I got it just a few days after my birthday, and it is Sky of Seven Colors by Rochelle Nelson. I haven't read this yet, but it sounds really interesting. It's about a girl who goes to this magical world where there is no color and she's the only one that has any color. So I'm not sure exactly what it's like, but I'm excited to try it. So we actually knew this author a long time ago. She went to a college Bible study that our parents did. So it was really exciting to find her on Instagram and to be able to buy her book. So I'm really excited to read it.
The first book I have is one that I got for my birthday this year, which is The Complete Journals of Ella Montgomery, which goes from 1889 to 1900. I was really excited to get this book. She has lots of journals, like volumes and volumes of journals. So this is just volume 1. I don't know how many there are of these bigger collections, but I haven't read too much of it yet. Only just a few pages, but when I get a little bit more into a reading habit, I can't wait to read a couple of these every night before bed.
A couple of the entries?
Yeah, a couple of the entries. It has lots of pictures, and I think it goes into a little bit more detail on her life and the edits and things like that. I haven't read much, but what I've read already feels so much like her books, and I'm excited to get more into it, even though I know it does get more depressing, I think, as it goes along.
Then the next books I ordered from Thrift Books, and they are Inkheart. Well, actually, they're both Inkheart. So I got this 2020 special edition, which I love so much. The regular mass paperback is just really ugly to me, so I really wanted a new set. So I was really happy to find this one on Thrift Books. So yeah, I really love that. And then I also got, at the same time, this one is really hard to find. It is the German edition of Inkheart, and so Amelia and I kind of know German, so I've been wanting to get this and see if I can try to read it, or at least learn enough so that I can read it. So yeah, I'm really excited to have this too.
The next book I got was Cress. I got this for my birthday as well. I found Winter at a thrift store in hardback, so I wanted to start collecting those in the hardback editions. This is my favorite in the series. I'm collecting them from the last book to the first just because I did find the last book at a thrift store. We've talked about the series quite a bit. I won't go into too much detail. They are fairy tale retellings that are kind of like dystopian sci-fi. This one is a Rapunzel retelling.
So we went on a trip to Goodwill and I found 3 books there. So I got The Discarded Image by C.S. Lewis. I'd never heard of this, and it is an introduction to medieval and Renaissance literature. So hopefully someday I will read that and it will help me when I read really old literature, but it just sounded really interesting and I'd never seen it before, so I got that one. And then I got The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane by Kate DiCamillo. Amelia and my mom have both read this and they both liked it, so I just decided to pick it up because it was a nice copy. What is it about?
It's basically about a China rabbit that was owned by a little girl, but because of certain events, it's passed down to all these different people, and it kind of shows how Edward, helped them in their time of need.
And then I got The Scandalous Sisterhood of Prick Willow Place by Julie Berry. Again, I haven't read this one, but my friend had just recommended this to me just the week before, and I was like, I found this at the thrift store, so I was just like, I just have to get it, and I'm sure I'll like it because she loved it. I believe it's about... Okay, so... Wow, wait, is that...
I guess so.
Wait, is that the one that I gave you?
And look, yeah.
Oh my gosh! I don't know. Yeah, they did. Wow! I didn't even look at it.
I didn't either. Okay, well, we'll share that in a second.
This is about a girls. This is about a girls' school, and there's a mysterious murder I don't know if it's mysterious. There's a murder. Their headmistress, I think, is murdered. So that's all I know about it.
Next I have Romanov by Nadine Brantis. Maddie got me this for my birthday, and it just kept getting amazing.
Yeah.
And it just kept getting better and better as we kept looking at it.
Yeah.
So first it looks pretty average, but then
I didn't even know about this.
it has a second dust jacket, like this really special one that looks really cool. And then what we just found out, because I don't ever look in books, is that it has a signed little sticker, plate, which is kind of crazy because we didn't realize that.
Just now.
Yeah.
And I didn't know about the 2 dust jackets till you opened the present.
Yeah.
I got it at Thrift Books again, so I didn't really look at it very much.
Yeah, so that was exciting. This is a book I read a couple years ago, and I need to reread it because it's been a long while. It's a Anastasia retelling. I would say it's more about the actual Romanov family than Anastasia, the movie. I read this before I knew anything about the Romanovs. Then I did a whole big project on them and really went into their lives. So I'd be interested in reading this again now that I have that knowledge. And it's a very magical and interesting book.
So then the next books that I'm going to talk about, I got actually on my birthday when we went to Half Price Books, and I found a bunch of books. So the first one I got is The Wind in the Willows by Kenneth Grahame. I already own this, but I thought this was such a cute little cover. And it was my birthday, so I decided just to get it. Yeah, I love The Wind in the Willows. It's just a sweet story about a bunch of little animals and all of their escapades.
On that same trip, I got The Boundless by Kenneth Apple. This is a historical fiction. This is like a middle grade, but I would say probably YA historical fiction about the most magnificent train ever built. It was very magical, mysterious, and I really liked the vibe of the story and the characters, and it was just a really decent story that I want to read again and was happy to find for a reasonable price.
Then I got North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell. This book was recommended to me by the same friend who recommended the scandalous Sisterhood of Prick Willow Place, and we watched the North and South BBC miniseries together, and I really enjoyed that, and she told me I had to read it. So again, when I found it at Half Price Books, I was really excited, and I really liked this edition, so I decided to pick it up, and I really want to read it now.
Next, I have Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince by J.K. Rowling. You can see all the prices.
I took all mine off.
This is in, I don't even know what
edition?
edition this is. It's still Scholastic. I don't know, but it's a special edition, and on the side, it makes the castle. And I got 3, 4, and 5 at the thrift store and was like, I'm never going to find these because they only sell them in a set. So when I found this, it was a little pricey. Not horrible, but when I was already getting other books, it kind of added up quick. But I decided, you know what, they're hard to find, so I decided it was worth it. Yeah, I've got over half the series now, and hopefully I will find the other ones somewhere soon so I can finish up that series. There's another one I want more. Oh, they made a new Barnes & Noble had it. It's like a new one, and it's got like gold foil.
Oh yeah, those.
They're so pretty, and I want them.
It's like just the regular ones, but with gold.
It's so nice, and it makes a scene on the side too.
Yeah. So next I found Reckless, The Petrified Flesh by Cornelia Funke. This is a book that I listened to the whole series, and actually the 4th book in the series just came out this year. When I read it, it was just called Reckless, and it didn't have this cover, but I do think it's a pretty cool cover. I don't really know why they all have like different titles now, but I thought this was really good. It's not as good as Inkheart. Inkheart will always be the peak. Cornelia Funke, but I thought this was really fun and interesting, and it's about like another world. They go through like a mirror to this other world, so I'm really excited to finally be collecting these.
Next, I finished up my Princess Academy trilogy with the book 1, Princess Academy, and book 3, The Forgotten Sisters. I had already owned book 2, so when I found that they had both of these, I decided to go ahead and get them. So book 1 synopsis is: high atop Mount Eskel, Miri's family pounds a living from the stone of the mountain itself. But Miri's simple life will change forever when word comes that the prince of the kingdom will choose his princess from among the village girls. I feel like they sound worse than they actually are, and this is a trilogy I would definitely recommend and really enjoyed reading, I think a couple years ago or maybe last year.
So then I also finished up a series with A Swiftly Tilting Planet by Madeline L'Engle. This is the last one I needed to finish my collection, and I have no remembrance of what this book is about.
Charles Wallace grew up. Is that book 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. He grew up, he was 13. That's what I remember.
They must travel into the past. Yeah, I really don't remember this, so I definitely need to read this all again, because I still haven't read the last one, but I can't remember. I can only remember what the 4th one's about, so I definitely need to reread them all.
The last book that I got on this birthday book trip was The Witch of Blackbird Pond by Elizabeth Marie... Nope. by Elizabeth George Spear. This is a book I've really enjoyed. I think I've read it like 4 times. It's set during, I think, the 1600s, and it's about Kit Tyler, who comes to live in the Connecticut colony. I owned this book before, but I actually gave that copy to someone else, so I was really happy to find this in the edition that I really like. I don't know, I love the art style. I like the feeling of this book better, and it was only $2.99. I'm happy to own it in the copy that I like.
Then I found A Time to Die by Nadine Brandes. This is the same author of Romanov. I read this last year and really enjoyed it. This is one of your favorite series? Yeah, this is one of Amelia's favorite series, and I am supposed to be continuing the series this year. It is part of my 2023 TBR. Is the second book in the series, which I have not read yet, but I really enjoyed this book, and it is about Parvin Blackwater, who lives in this society where everyone knows the day that they're gonna die, and they all have these clocks that like count down to their day of death, and so
it fulfills your dystopian cup. If you like dystopian, you'll probably like this, is what I'm trying to say. I found this at a thrift store. It's Starsight by Brandon Sanderson. This is my least favorite book out of this series. It got, I think, 3.5 stars from me, but that was very generous. I got this just because, I don't know, I kind of just wanted to complete it because I do really like book 1. It was, I think, like $4, so it was kind of a splurge.
Wait, you got it at a thrift store? And it was
Savers.
$4? Oh, Savers.
Yeah. This one follows Spensa as she goes to a different planet and meets a lot of weird creatures. It's pretty boring, but I liked book 1 enough that I decided I would own it and maybe reread it one day.
And then the last book I got on my birthday is The Old Curiosity Shop by Charles Dickens in the Reader's Digest edition. This is the Reader's Digest, whatever kind of edition this is one that I collect a lot of. So I was really excited to find another one, and I have listened to this book a long time ago, but I don't remember what it is, so now I need to read it again.
The last book that I've bought recently is Whose Waves These Are by Amanda Dykes. I read Set the Stars Alight by Amanda Dykes last month, so I really wanted to read something else by her, and I found this at a bookstore that we'd never been to before, and I just wanted to buy something there. The synopsis is: in the wake of World War II, a grieving fisherman submits a poem to a local newspaper, a rallying cry for hope, purpose, and rocks. This is a World War II historical fiction book. I'm really hoping to enjoy this one, and I hope it's just as good, if not better, than Set the Stars Alight.
Is it even a video if you don't say Set in the Stars? Then I had a Barnes & Noble gift card that I got like last year. I finally used, and so I got the 4th book in the Reckless series that I was talking about. I have not read this one yet. Yeah, I'm really excited to read this. I don't know what it's about, and I can barely remember the book before, so I'll have to brush up on that a little bit. But yeah, I've started collecting these books now, so now I have 2, and I only have 2 more to go. Then I also got Cress, so I'm collecting a different edition. It's just the paperback. I have Cinder, which is the first book, and this is the third book. Did they not have the second? Oh, the second book is my least favorite, so I was like, I don't want to buy the second book with my birthday gift card. So I bought the third one, which is also my favorite, instead of the second one. Then I got the illustrated edition of Pride and Prejudice, which is, I believe, kind of new at Barnes & Noble. At least I'd only seen it one other time, and it's just a very special edition. So yeah, it's just an illustrated edition, and always a good book to have multiples of.
So that is all the books we wanted to share today. We don't do book hauls that often. We kind of, at least I try to not buy too many books, but it's always fun to kind of go all out sometimes. We'd love to hear anything that you have maybe splurged on or just bought recently. And we want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.